Today, I want to talk about everyone's favorite topic in business, and that is sales. That's a lot of sarcasm right there. But if you've ever said, I don't like sales, I'm not good at sales, I don't want to be pushy, I don't want to sound salesy, then stick around for a bit. I'm going to keep this short. I'm going to help you with this today. I'm going to give you some examples and debunk some myths as to why you actually are good at sales and you can do this. First of all, I don't even know what salesy means. So if that's something that you've said, I want you to explore that. Like, where did that come from? Did that come from a bad experience that you had with a salesperson, maybe at a car dealership or something? I don't know. I actually like going to car dealerships, and the sale is happening on both sides of the table. Like, they're trying to sell you and you're trying to sell them. So if you ever bought a car, like, it's the sale thing works both ways. I want you to just explore that and maybe try to reframe that a little bit, and don't let it hold you back. If you think you're not good at sales, that is literally you selling me or whoever you're saying that to on the fact that you're not good at sales. Like, you're trying to convince me that you're not good at sales. It's a sales pitch. This video is a literal sales pitch. I am trying to get you to see things the way that I see them. I'm trying to help you see things the way that I see them. And you do that a lot in your life if you just simply look at it from that perspective. If you've ever argued with somebody or you've debated with somebody, it doesn't have to be like a heated argument, but if you're ever, think about the times where you've tried to get someone to see things your way or to help someone see things your way. Now, maybe you're not helping and you're being a little bit more passive aggressive about it, but you get the point. You've been doing this since you were born. All of us have. Trying to get our parents to let us stay up later, or if you're trying to get the girl, or if you're trying to get the guy, right? Or if you are asking your parents for the coolest pair of jeans on planet Earth. I'm dating myself here. I don't think the kids wear jeans anymore, but you get what I'm saying. Probably the best example that I can give you when it comes to sales and people saying that they're not good at sales is the job interview process, which is literally a live sales funnel and the sales process at work. And I'll break it down for you here. So you are looking for a job. You're either looking for one because you don't have one, or maybe you have one and you're looking for a better job. So you start looking around. That's prospecting. Like, you're looking for leads, right? You're looking for people that are going to give you money. So you're putting your resume out, right? That's the next step, which is your offer. Hey, you've got this opportunity. You've got this job. You've got money, and I've got an offer for you. And the offer is on your resume. And you spend a lot of time putting that together. And that's more sales. So you're putting all your skills on there. You're putting your job experience on there. All these things that you're good at, you're putting them on there. And then some of you even have the audacity to tell me that you don't have any skills and you're not good at anything. And I'm like, look at your resume, for crying out loud. Quick bonus tip and sidebar. If you don't know what business that you could potentially start, grab your resume, screenshot it, or take the PDF, upload it into ChatGPT, and say, analyze my resume and give me ideas for an online business that I could start. You can thank me in the comments later. By the way, that was a pitch right there to leave a comment on the video. So a soft sell, if you will. Back to the interview process. So you send the offer, your resume. Then you get the interview, which is a literal live in-person sales call. If you're doing it on Zoom, same thing. But maybe you'll have like 2 or 3 of these sales calls where they're asking you questions and you're selling yourself. That's exactly what you're doing. You're selling yourself the entire time. So you have the interviews. Then the next step in the process is you usually don't just leave the office or leave the Zoom meeting and just wait by the phone. You're following up. That's the next step in the sales process. So you're calling them, you're emailing them because you want to win the job. You want the money. You want to close the sale. And when you do close the sale, you get paid. Is this starting to make any sense? Like, for the people who say that you're not good at sales, and how many times have you been through that process, through the interview process? Some of you have done it many, many, many times and still will say, I'm not good at sales. You do not need to have a commissioned sales position to be good at sales, because I'm telling you, you've been doing it your entire life since you were born. You've done it in the job interview process, and you have probably done it multiple times today if you just simply look at it from the perspective that I'm giving you right now. If you're still stuck on, hey, I don't want to sound salesy, then you don't have to. You don't have to be pushy in an online business. You can do it in an authentic way, in an aligned way that makes sense for you. Like, you can just define like, hey, this is the experience that I want my clients and my customers to have, because I didn't really like that experience. Like, I don't like the salesy experience, whatever you define. Like, use that to your advantage and give your customers a different experience. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I've been in sales for a total of 30 years, 25 in corporate, and I never felt like I was really pushing anybody or that I was salesy. I just followed the process, which was, if I talk to enough people, if I tell enough people about my stuff, and I'm constantly reminding them, like every time they think about buying this particular product or service, like I want them to think about Brian. I want to be the first person they think of, so that when they're ready, it's like, oh, that Brian guy, he called me the most. He was professional. He followed up. Like, I really liked him. He did a good job. I'm ready to buy. And then that's when selling becomes easy. And in your online business, if you can do the same exact thing from the get-go, which is you're providing as much value up front as you can without asking for the sale. And a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this, but if you don't want to sound the way that you say you don't want to sound, which is salesy or pushy, then this is the move for you, which is to just do a great job in the beginning, like with the prospecting part, making sure that you're following up, making sure that you're giving the prospect or your lead or your potential client as much ammunition as they can for when the moment comes that they're ready to buy and they're ready to have their problem solved by you, that they only think of you. Because trust me, they've looked at other people, and you've got to constantly be in front of them, and you got to constantly remind them. And if you're doing a really good job with that, then they will ask you like, hey, how do I work with you? Or I'm ready to work with you. Like, what's the next step? What do I need to do? And that's how my business looks right now. I don't really pitch. I don't say, hey, this is your next step. You got to buy this, and you got to sign up for my mastermind. You got to sign up for my one-to-one coaching, or you got to buy this, or you got to buy that. Like, I just serve them. And I lead with that. And I do this intentionally because the folks who are ready will simply just say, how do I work with you? What's the next step? And then I present it to them, and then they make a decision, and none of that feels like I'm pushing them, and none of that feels like I'm being salesy, which again, I never say that. It's just, I do it in a way that feels aligned for me and feels authentic. And I'm telling you, you can do the same exact thing too. My advice to you is to simply reframe your beliefs around what you think you can and can't do. And this is really just more about your perspective. So instead of saying, I'm not good at sales, you could say something like, I've been selling my whole life. I just need to apply it to my business. I need to learn those skills. If you're saying, I don't want to sound pushy or salesy, I can sell in a way that feels natural and aligned with who I am. And then you don't need to become somebody else. You don't need to learn sleazy tactics. Like, you already know how to do this. You already know. You just forgot. I hope you enjoyed this video. If this hits home for you and you're ready to sell without ever feeling salesy or pushy, I put together a very simple tool called the Skill to Business Formula. It's going to show you how to take what you already know how to do, skills from your 9-to-5, a life transformation you went through, or an interest or a hobby that you have on the side, and turn it into an online business. It's totally free. It's in the description. Hundreds of people have used it, and it's helped them. So grab that. I appreciate you watching. I'll see you in the next one. Let's go.